What is this? A TNS video that's not on schedule? Yes, that is correct. Because the closest Friday, because I normally do TNS videos on Mondays and Fridays, the closest Friday is actually tomorrow, which is the 23rd, so I might as well just make this video public. Also, welcome back to YouTube, everyone! I've gone missing for a long time because there's been no Super Zings and the Goseiger TNS videos ran out. So the reason why you're seeing this is because we're going back to 2010, 15 years ago. Brilliant. So yeah, this is the Leon Laser from Tensou Sentai Goseiger, and I got it from eBay. Hence this weird sticker in Japanese. I don't know what it says. I should probably translate it. I should probably translate it before I release this video in case it says something like personal on it, but I don't think it does because it's from the store on eBay that I bought it from, because this looks like the store's logo. It's stylized in that way, but I should probably check just to make sure. So before I release this video, I'll have a check. And of course, what this really means is that if it does turn out to be wrong, I'll have to redo this entire video. Brilliant. Love that YouTube life. So anyway, Leon Laser 2010 Tensou Sentai Goseiger. Look, there's the Tensou Sentai Goseiger logo. You know, the one with the weird characters on the bottom of the logo. Copyright 2010. Here's Gosei Knight, because this was Gosei Knight's weapon. Light and sound. I'll get onto that later because there's batteries in this. It didn't come with batteries. We had to put batteries on ourselves because something tells me the Japanese are really scared of selling items with corroded battery dust in the compartment. So I'm just glad they take the batteries out before they sell them. Compatible with Gosei Header series, or comes with a Gosei Header series. It's got the Gosei Header series thing on it, which we'll get to. Got two modes. Here it is: sword mode, blaster mode. Comes with one Gosei card, although we will get to that because this does not. This did not come with the Gosei card. However, I'll get to why that's not important later. Anything on the bottom, because there normally is on these old Sentai toy boxes. Here's Gosei Knight with the product. On the top is the Goseiger logo, although this is the one for. This is Master Head's face, I think. This logo here is not directly influenced by associated with Gosei Knight because it's not part of Sky, Exeek, or Landic, or whatever. Gun mode, sword mode. This side has got Gosei Knight holding the sword, gun. Now on this side we have Gosei Knight again, but holding it in blaster mode. Here's the product. Spinning it around, we have the back with all the obligatory product features and product shots. MGO reference. Gosei Knight product goes with one Gosei header, Vulcan cannon header. We'll get to that. It's got two modes: sword mode, gun mode. You can combine it with the Leon Celia, which I reviewed previously. It's right here. In fact, it's standing by. It's a phone, so how can it be standing? I'm not sure. Combines with the everything that's included in this box to form the finisher weapon. I'm not sure if it's got a name. And then we have, you see, the weird thing about Goseiger is it's got two gimmicks. It's got a mecha gimmick, which is the Gosei headers, and it's got the card gimmick. The card gimmick works with Tensou, which I reviewed previously. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And Daiso, which is like an arcade game thing, which I can't review because it's a whole whacking great arcade game. Sad Pac-Man there, of course, and then of course the header gimmick works with things like Gosei Great and the Gosei Blaster. And in case you're wondering, which I know you're probably not, but just so I point it out, but because this is Gosei Knight's header, none of these combinations actually happen in the show. You can see here that it combines with Goseiger Blaster and Goseiger Great, just says part of Goseiger header system. But yeah, this is not possible in the show. It's never done in the show. I'm sure it would be possible. I'm not sure of the whole intricacies. Let's open the box. Translucency. I prefer to show on these videos. I'm pretty sure you know by now, but I prefer to show the product with the thing inside. Otherwise, it just looks a bit of just looks like this. Which okay. Put that off to the side. Here is the unit. I say unit, I'm talking like Big Clive now for me, BigClive.com. You know, the tech guy from the UK. Red with the product, which we will just get these out, put onto the side. So the first thing I think we should look at, well, the first thing I think I should make you look at rather, is the this camera's not straight. Why is it not straight? I can't tell if it's tripod, because the tripod's gone a bit wonky, because it's been used a lot. I don't know. Maybe. There we go. That's better. That looks better to me, at least. We're going to look at this in a bit. We're going to look at Vulcan Cannon header first, because yeah, this is Vulcan Cannon header. This is Goseiger Knight's main sidearm header, which this is not a mecha. This is just like a weapon header. I think that's cardboard from the flaky cardboard off the box. It's done with metallic red paint. Or is that plastic? I can't tell. There's some gold, because this is meant to be like a Gatling gun, I think. It's a Gatling muzzle in its mouth. It looks like a bit like a lion. This is meant to be like its mane, like a lion's mane. And silver, like metallic green on the eyes. There, like gold on nose. Gold on the barrel, gun barrel. Then we have the connecting port here on the back. There is one pin at the top right there, if you can see that, because the Goseiger header series works off a set of 2 pins, because with the Goseiger Blaster there's a pin system, and the sounds relate to Skyik, Seek and Landik. And the reason why there's only 3 pin combinations, like left, right and left and right, is because they both equate to, there's 3 sounds basically for the 3 Goseiger tribes, Skyik, Seek and Landik. But you might be thinking that, oh wait, no, this is Goseiger Knight's header. He doesn't belong to any Goseiger tribe. Why is there a pin system on the back then? So I reckon, I haven't checked, but I think when I last looked, some of Goseiger Knight, all of Goseiger Knight's headers, I'm not sure if Goseiger Knight himself does, but his other headers, Goseiger Knight's headers equate to Goseiger tribes, believe it or not. So this would be something like Landik or something. It would be recognised as, I think, Seek or Landik, I reckon, or Skyik, I'm not sure. I'd have to check. So this is definitely, this would be recognised as one of the Goseiger tribes, even though it's not a Goseiger tribe, whatever, it's a mess. Anyway, here's Leon Laser itself. It's done up with silver, gold, red paint. This looks like a mouth, by the way. It's got like teeth, metallic silver on the inside with teeth. Looks like a nose. It's got a nose. It's got red paint. The LED light is here. The LED light here looks really, really out of place. Like they could have made it. They could have made the eye light up or something. I'm not even sure if it has a light in the show, like any light effects in the show. Black plastic, primarily black on the handle. We have some release buttons here. We'll get to that. Backside has the speaker, battery compartment, yada yada yada. Looks basically the same as the front side. Header port, we'll get to that, that's important. And this little port for the Leon Stellia, which it isn't as important, but we'll still get to that for the combined mode. Anyway, so I'm going to go over all the basic functions it does by itself, and I'll get to the sounds it has, and then we'll get to the combined mode. So basically, this is blaster mode. Blaster mode, oh, I say blaster mode, it's called Leon Laser, I should be calling it laser mode. Laser mode. It's got a trigger, makes all the usual trigger noises, like this. Very, very, very triggery. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Kaboom. So this is laser mode. To transform to sword mode, there are 2 release buttons. There's one here and there's one here. What you do basically, what you should do, is you hold this one down. When you hold this one down, this section here releases. So you bring this down here, so it clicks into the handle. There is a clip here, and there's a clip hole in the handle. So you hold this down, and you attach it into there. And then you hold this button, and then this gets straightened out like this. And then the sword blade pops out here. This is sword mode. It's a bit big to fit in the camera, but this is sword mode. It's got a rubber red blade. There's some gold detailing on here. I think this looks okay. Okay, it looks alright, because I don't get this chunk at the bottom. They had to move part of the blaster, the laser, and they put it here. I don't know why. This is still, it looks a bit bulky. This looks like some kind of futuristic laser sword or something. I like that, considering how it looks silver shiny. I think this looks pretty neat. Of course, nothing changes here. I think they could have added some gold paint here and here, because I think this looks just a bit too bland. But, you know, because when you're holding it, if you're going to like a convention, if you're going to hold it like this, you're just going to see this. I think they should have had some of the gold from here stuck here. But, yeah, because you can see here that the gold detailing in this little groove here actually continues into this part here. They could have put some gold paint here, 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 and here, but no, they didn't. Also here on this bottom part here too, but you know, I'm a graphic designer. So now we're going to get to the sounds this thing has, and there's a couple sounds. The on-off switches here, and yes, I'll admit that when I got this out of the box, it took me a while to find the on-off switch, because I thought it would be like on the handle somewhere. No, it's here, so you turn it on and you get, hang on, you get, which is the standard activation noise for the Goseiger toys. Oh no, I think we had this discussion last time. I think the Leon Stellia has this noise, but the Tensou does not. I think it's the standard noise for Gosei Night toys. I'm not sure, but you know, in blaster mode, you get when you press the trigger. You can rapid fire. I checked. And in sword mode, which we will get to sword mode, when you unclip this, nothing happens. And it stays in blaster mode until you click this in here. And in sword mode, you get sword noises. And that's like the deactivation noise for sword mode. So notice how there's a deactivation noise for sword mode, but not a deactivation noise for gun mode. So what, like when you unclip this, there's no sound, for example, because there's no like switch or something. And the reason for that is because there is, on the bottom of this handle, there is a button next to the clip, which is here. And this clip here on the hinge, this activates the combine. So when it's released, it's in gun mode. But when it's held down like this, it's in sword mode. Here's a button. And it took me about 5 seconds to figure out how it works. Now we are going to do the combined mode without sound, so I can explain how it works without having to shout over the noise, and then we can do it with sounds. So the first thing you do, well, technically in the show he does it in this order, I believe. You take the Leon Celia, which is this fancy phone here, which I did a review on before. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And basically there are two, there's this little button here, which lets it lock into place like this, or like this. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to open it so it's at this angle here, like this, so it's on like an angle. And then you slide it on using this slider, and there's a release button here, which when you push the release, this thing gets retracted in. So you slide this on here, like this, so it stays on. And then you take the Vulcan cannon header and attach it onto the port here. And this is becoming really big, so I can't really show it without moving the camera. Okay, if that works, this is the combined mode for the Leon laser. Which I would show a bigger picture of. In fact, I think I will show the picture on the box, because there's no way I can fit it into the camera. It looks like this, basically, when it's combined. So you've got the Leon Celia on top of the gun. And it's meant to be kind of like a gun sight, because if you look through here, it looks like a bit like a sight gun thing. In fact, I'll just remove this quickly. It looks like a gun sight, basically. It looks like one of those sights you get on accuracy things. So this is the combined mode. It's not the heaviest Tuku toy weapon I think I've held before. I think the combined Gabiru Carnival, the Gabiru Tyree Carnival combined with Gabiru Revolver is definitely much heavier than this. But I think it still feels a bit weighty. I think that's quite good for a Tuku toy. Okay, I don't know why I said that. That means nothing to anyone at all. But yeah, so the idea is, I guess, is it in the show he puts in the code to summon the Vulcan cannon header, then he puts in like a nut and he puts in the victory charge, the Night Dynamic card, which is the card that comes with this. Hang on, he puts in this card here, and there's like and then there's a specific code on the card, which I'm just going to show. It says 474 on the card, which you are supposed to insert into the phone and push the red button, and then it activates the final attack, although I forget if you have to close it like this to activate the sound. You probably don't, because otherwise this would be broken, but yeah, that's basically it. So you push the release, slide this off, and then the header gets released by push. There's like two release buttons. You push them, and then this gets retracted in like this. So you take the header off there. So I think that's pretty interesting. Release. You can't really see because I think it's the lighting. The lighting's not great, I don't think. That's not like industrial grade lighting, but I am not a channel with 2 million subscribers, okay? So now we're going to do the combined sound, so turn this back on. The first thing you do, like I said, is attach the Leon Celia, which doesn't unlock any new sound at all. So I think for the purposes of this video, and to make it easier, I'm just going to take it off. There is no trigger or anything, it's just like a block of plastic, no switch, no nothing. Doesn't make a sound. What does make a sound though is when you insert the Vulcan cannon header, which it does this. When you pull the trigger, you get Night Dynamic, which is, I think, the same voice from Leon Celia.
Night dynamic.
And when you remove the header, you get this. There we go. Now, there's a few things about the header system in this I'm going to point out. Firstly, like you would have mentioned that firstly, like how you would have sort, this does not have a reader. There are two little holes here and here, which is where the pin system on the Goseiger blaster would be, but this does not tell headers apart. What it really does is there's this little button here on the bottom, located here, which when you push it, pushing this one button triggers the sound. Yeah, but it's not as simple as that, because you know how you can transform it into sword mode and this gets dropped down? Well then, how do you activate the finisher in sword mode? And you can't activate the finisher in sword mode. You can still set a header. You can still set a header on this, but nothing happens. And there's a reason for that. When you set a header on here, it doesn't activate any sounds. What happens instead is that this button here, when you push this button, it won't activate any sounds. What it will do instead is it will push out this little block of plastic on the reverse of this piece here. So I'm pushing it in, so I'm pushing it out, there we go. And what this plastic actually hits is this button here. And yes, it's in sword mode. When it's in sword mode, no finisher will play if you push the button, but if you change it to blaster mode, it'll still play the sound. And also, yes, you can set a header on here in sword mode. You can set a header in sword mode, and then when you transform it back to the blaster, it'll go straight to the finisher. Also, technically, yes, it's also possible to have blaster and sword mode at the same time. You can have the sword blade out and the blaster muzzle in here. Also, yes, you can fold in the sword blade and just have this face. Poke, 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 poke. So, basically, I think this is a pretty neat thing to have. Obviously, you need to make two separate purchases for the Leon Celia. Now, I don't have the Power Rangers version of the Leon Laser, primarily because all those years ago in 2013, I couldn't find it. I just had to make do with the Leon, with the Robomorpher, as it was called. However, I do know of a few differences, at least one difference. Well, not only is this smaller, but you know how in the Goseiger version, you buy two toys. You buy the Leon Laser, that comes with the Leon Laser and the Vulcan Cannon header, and you buy the Leon Celia separately. These are two separate purchases. Well, in America, you buy the Leon Celia separately, you buy the Leon Laser separately, and you also have to buy the Vulcan Cannon header separately because it's attached to a motorcycle set. Because it was part of a motorcycle assortment, which I believe you had the Sky Lion, you had the Sea Lion, you also had, I think, it was the Ultra Dragon header, I think, and they made it so if you wanted the Vulcan Cannon header, you'd have to buy one of the motorcycles. So in Power Rangers, you had to make 3 different purchases. Brilliant. So yeah, and of course, obviously, I don't know. Well, I'm inclined to think that the Leon Laser can't tell the American Leon Laser can't tell when a header is attached, or a Zord. It's called a Zord in America. I think we disclosed that. But yeah, I would do a general Zord header comparison. but I decided that it would only be applicable if I had the exact replica, not replica. It would only be applicable if I had the American version Vulcan Cannon header here, but I don't, so I'm not buying it for comparison's sake, okay? So that's not happening. What I will show, though, is this doesn't do anything with this. The reason why the card doesn't matter, the reason why I didn't have the card and why that doesn't matter, is because if I can just grab out a card from the box of cards from the Tensou, like the card at random, doesn't have to be the specific card. This is the card that makes the Tensou to say Tatakai Super Sentai, or Fight Super Sentai in English. The code 3232 is on the back for Leon Celia. The reason why the lack of a card doesn't matter is because literally you can just do this yourself. Just put the fake card in there like that, and the only thing that this would do in terms of sounds is inserting the specific code. So 232 enter. So you can do this without the need of a card. The card is just there for show accuracy, not necessarily for sounds. But yeah, don't need the card. Ironically, though, I do have the American version of the card, which came with the Robomorpher, which was the American version of this. So yeah, that's Leon Celia. Not Leon Celia. That's Leon Laser. See, phone stealing the spotlight again. Yeah. TNS video, first public release. Didn't go too badly. 27 minutes. We'll have to check the sticker, but yeah, went all right. Because this is this is not a timed video like one that appears on. Because this is not a scheduled video, rather, I can give you a schedule for the next couple of videos on the channel. If you've been reading the community posts, I have purchased, or pre-ordered rather, I've pre-ordered the 4 Super Things Kazoo Warriors action packs. So they'll be here at the start of February, 13th of February I think it said, so they're going to be here soon. They come out on the 30th of January. The box of 2 packs, if they're still going ahead with that, which they should be because it's on all of the promotional footage, but I'm not sure. If they do a box of 2 packs, I'll be getting that. As soon as that comes on Amazon Spain, I'll be getting that. That should be getting here soon if I order that soon. And Lancelord, when I find Lancelord on eBay, I will buy him, and that will be in the post. But yeah, so post on YouTube, not literally with Royal Mail, although he will come with Royal Mail presumably, but it'll be on the community post page on the channel. So I'll be doing all that later on. So basically, I still have all the sets for Kazoo Power Warriors, like the Titan Fury, the battle vehicles, all that stuff. That is still sitting in storage in the back of the room. I'll get to do the unboxing for those as soon as the rest of Warriors arrives, because yeah, Warriors been delayed for about 4 months. I'm not happy about that. They had to get rid of overstock of Neon Power apparently. Been holding that up, but yeah, when it all comes, I can do the videos on it. And then there's nothing else other than oh yeah, right, important stuff to finish off with. The channel banner, when that gets updated to show Kazoo Power Warriors, it's probably going to be changed to show Super Space Sheriff Gavan. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to be purchasing any Gavan toys. I'm not sure. I've seen them on the Bandai of Japan, and honestly, they don't really gel with me. So I don't think I will be purchasing any Gavan toys. So I may have to change the channel banner not to show Gavan, because it's supposed to show what's active on the channel, like Sentai, Super Things. So yeah, so I'll have to change my banner, show only one. So only one photo is being shown, which is how it used to be before I added the whole double gimmick and everything went all strange and I had to use Canva to edit the image. Woohoo! Also the Super Twins joke won't work. It's not Super Sentai. It's Super. Oh no, it will do because Super Space Chef. Whatever. Good night.